welcome back to another episode of Between the Numbers, presented by the Simple Math Matrix.
Hey, there we go. That's crazy.
Yeah, that sounds wild.
Yeah, it is wild. But yeah, this is episode 4 of Between the Numbers, and we had a really significant passing happen in the political world since our last episode. We got to say rest in peace to Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
Absolutely.
Oh my God, I'm looking at the notes and I still stumbled on her name. So rest in peace to her. So this pod, we're going to kind of go over her and what her death is going to mean in relation to what's going on now in politics and the election.
Yeah. So just to give you some background information on Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Sorry. Born in 1933. South Carolina. She was a South Carolina judge from.
She's a Supreme Court
judge. I'm sorry. Shorthand. I'm misinterpreting here. A Supreme Court judge from 1993 to 2020. So that's nearly 30 years worth of service. But I mean, they're lifetime appointments anyway. So, but
yeah, it doesn't matter.
Despite that, 30 years of making laws and working to the best of her abilities, I presume. She was. I presume. I mean, I don't know.
Hey, I did tell you to be nonpartisan on this. Yeah,
I said I presume.
Exactly. But no, Ruth Bader Ginsburg was born Joan Ruth Bader, so she actually does not go by her first name, which was something I learned while put on pre-production. She was born Joan Ruth Bader. She's from Brooklyn stand up. Kind of why they call her the notorious RBG, notorious BIG. I know. I hate that.
Okay,
I hate that nickname. I hate that they use that nickname for her because she didn't give a fuck about black people. But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There we go. But no, in all honesty, from Brooklyn, she was. I did all this. She studied at Cornell, Harvard, and Columbia.
Yeah. That's
So to say she was not intelligent,
it's just a lie.
Yeah, she no matter how I feel about maybe her stance on some more recent, personally relevant issues,
right.
I can't cut the fact that she's She was well educated.
Yeah, you don't. I think the acceptance rates for all those schools is under 6 or 7%.
Yeah.
You don't just walk in that bitch.
Yeah, because she was a professor at Rutgers and Columbia before she became part of the U.S. Court of Appeals. That's where she went from the U.S. Court of Appeals to the Supreme Court.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was nominated by Bill Clinton, I believe.
Yeah, she was. Yeah,
that's crazy. So,
and she was actually the second woman in history to be elected or nominated for the Supreme Court in general, behind Sandra Day O'Connor.
Oh.
And it wouldn't happen again until the Hispanic woman that's there now that was nominated by Obama.
I can't think of her name.
Her name escapes me right now, but yeah, it's only those three.
Yeah. Yeah, so I wonder how many women are in the Supreme Court at this point. It was just her?
Like I just said.
She was that
the
one
second one of all time, and then the one that Obama nominated is the third one of all time.
Wow.
There's only 7 justices on the Supreme Court, or 9 or 7.
Yeah, that's wild. There's only one woman though. I mean,
they're lifetime appointments.
That's
lifetime appointments. Now,
there lies the problem
with lifetime appointments. Hold on, I want to give some more background before we get into the relevant information. Two of her biggest kind of decisions that she wrote the thing for would have been U.S. versus Virginia in '96, which challenged VMI's male-only admission policy, which she won. And then Olmstead versus LC in '99, which pretty much said you can't put somebody who's mentally incapacitated. Just because somebody has a mental problem doesn't mean that you can put them in an institution, unlawful institution.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If they can actually live a life, it's illegal to just put them in an institution. Pretty much, it's illegal to throw away mentally handicapped people.
Yeah.
It's gotten how that
to keep them from being marginalized and just kind of pushed to the side when they can actually integrate within, have their own type of
And
That's
then she
huge.
co-founded the Women's Right Project at the ACLU. I mean, she has a lot more, to her resume, but this
Yeah.
is not going to be a Wikipedia page read-through for her.
Right.
We just want to give some basic information.
Absolutely.
Because with hers passing, and like Aaron just pointed out, there only being one woman on the Supreme Court now, and with the Roe v. Wade being challenged, now that's going to come to the forefront.
Yep.
That's going to be something we never thought we would have seen change. That probably more than likely will change.
That's gonna be.
Especially if they don't wait till after the election to replace her.
Yeah, you know, Mitch McConnell is looking to move on that now.
Everybody, all the Republicans are, and it's a thing for it's because that's going to help. It helps a lot of processes.
Yeah.
Processes helps
Yeah.
a lot of things if you can nominate somebody with similar beliefs to you right before an election.
Yeah.
Especially when they have the highest judicial power in America.
Yeah. So basically, if you get a bunch of like-minded individuals on the Supreme Court, that's pretty good for you if you're a politician.
Because they never have to leave until they die.
Yep. So it's hard. It's hard to both, for the opposition, depending on which side you align with. It makes it significantly harder to move policies because I think what has happened is we have so much gridlock.
Yeah.
And I think that's why a lot of laws that we've seen, I guess a lot of issues, that we've seen over the past, 10, 15 years, I think that has a lot to do with it. It's just because it's just so hard to move the needle, like you said, especially on that level.
Yeah.
Because majority doesn't necessarily mean everything in Congress, but I think it means everything.
It does.
In the Supreme Court.
Oh yeah, political affiliation means a lot because they're not supposed to be partisan, but we know how things work.
Yeah,
absolutely. You know what I'm saying? We understand how the world works.
Yeah.
And with her passing, and the Roe v. Wade thing, that's the fact that abortion might become federally illegal is outstanding to me because Roe v. Wade was a hallmark of American civil liberties. That's how we were taught in school.
Yeah.
That is a hallmark. Like that is in Virginia, at least. That is SOL curriculum.
Yep.
Or
Yeah,
I
you
think
have to know
SOL.
about
Yeah, that is curriculum.
That and
That
Brown
is-
versus Board of Education.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? If you don't know anything else, you're supposed to know those two.
Yep.
So what happens? We eat. Like, what do you feel about that? How do you feel about the possible upheaval of that?
Making it federally illegal. I don't know that. I'm not. I don't think I'm in favor of that.
What?
What do you?
How do you feel about how do you feel that something as hotbed as that is going to be changed just because of one death, essentially? Or could be. Or more. You know what I'm saying?
How does it change as far as so you basically just ask me do you think this is going to lead to abortion being federally illegal?
No, what do you think about just how do you feel about the fact that one of America's biggest cases can just be essentially eradicated or possibly eradicated just due to one opinion being taken away from the pool?
I think that says a lot about our justice system, honestly, because it's not good when everything can be leveraged upon one individual. That's never a good idea. I think there needs to be obviously, I guess majority rules, in most cases, so I guess it'd be naive to say that we can all just come together and figure something out. But at the same time, there needs to be, I feel like there just needs to be more cohesion, especially within the Supreme Court.
Yeah.
Because they don't get elected by people.
Popular vote. Yeah,
Popular
they just get
vote.
chosen.
They get chosen.
Yeah.
So, like, for example, if a senator leading left wing or right wing isn't as big of a thing because, for example, Texas is a state that's the majority of people that live in Texas are right wing.
Yeah.
So that has more of a reflection upon the general group. So I'd expect I'd expect them, you know, I'd expect the representative to represent what most of the people are.
Yeah, exactly.
And vice versa in a state like New York. But in case of Supreme Court justice, you know, I don't know. It's so many behind the curtain actions that take place that it's interesting. It's questionable, I guess. As far as, you know, how they break down, you know, how they're going to act upon a certain thing.
Yeah. My whole thing is like it's a problem with lifetime appointments, and it's a problem with the fact that this is not going to be, and this is kind of like why Ruth Bader Ginsburg like fought so hard for women, because it's about to be a bunch of men that make the decision on abortion.
Yep.
Which is not fair, no matter how you put it.
It's not fair.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't mean to lean one way or the other on this pod specifically, but I'm not going to sit here and say
because
that's fair.
it's an issue that if for any issue that impacts 90% of women.
Exactly.
You know, well, I mean, 100% technically.
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But so any time where you got, you know, like you said, men making the issue on women's rights and what they should be able to do,
or anybody controlling anybody's body.
Yeah, that's in a, I don't know.
You know what I'm saying? And when you take such a powerful, because one of her famous quotes is, "You can't make decisions without women about like on the." Godly, I'm fucking tripping up today. Essentially said, you know, you can't make decisions that affect women without women's input type thing.
Yeah, and that's only fair.
And so it's still the 6 to 7 or 8 to 9 ratio. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing with long term. Like, you just get a tradition in there, and that's the thing with these life-term sentences, because there's only been 3 women for a reason. The person that replaces RBG probably won't be a woman.
Probably not.
No matter what part I do, you know what I'm saying? Won't be a woman, probably.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'd be shocked. I'd be shocked.
And that's just because of tradition. It's the rut of tradition.
Yep. I wonder why. Because assuming that they're gonna, a push for abortion being federally legal is going to be made. Assuming that, I would wonder why that they don't let the states become more involved as far as.
I mean, they will, but if it's federally illegal, you know what I'm saying?
Nobody can do.
It doesn't matter, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, it's still federally illegal.
Well, weed is
federally illegal.
But in states, you could still.
But if they wanted to, it's still federally illegal.
Yeah.
It's still federally illegal. So if the FBI finds you a weed, they can charge you. You know what I'm saying?
Damn. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
The real feds.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think one that's something that I definitely would probably have to be tackled next term. Election or whatever.
Well, but the thing is, they want to replace her now.
No, I'm saying the issue of. Well, no, the lifetime appointments thing. It would probably be hell to overturn that.
They'll probably never do that.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't.
It'll probably be
doing that.
But I'm surprised that there hasn't been as much uproar over that in the recent years, and I think it goes back to what I was saying about the Supreme Court is such a clandestine entity that people almost forget that it exists.
Yeah.
Like, if someone told you all the names of the Supreme Court justices, most people wouldn't even recognize. You wouldn't be able to put a face to them for nothing.
Yeah, that's true. Most people, yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know. So there just needs to be more transparency. But I guess that you could say that about every regime.
I mean, yeah. But the thing about America is it supposed to be a regime? You know what I'm saying? That's another
not
question.
Supposed to be. Not supposed
That's
to
another
be.
question.
Yeah.
It's not supposed to be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Wow. That's wild. Yeah, so this is definitely a hit for women's rights.
Actually, there is 2 women on the Supreme Court. I don't know how. Oh wait, hold on. Oh, never mind.
Okay.
Never mind. Getting false
Damn.
information.
Try it.
Wait, no, am I wrong? Let's see. No, there is 2. How did I miss her?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Well,
But-
still 2 out of what 9?
Yeah.
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 So. I mean, I guess I can't just assume that every man is going to be, just vote for one particular way, because I'm assuming there's still people who do support that. So I guess I won't put that on there. But based on the current regime, I think that would be unlikely.
Was that we'll get another one?
I'm trying to say it without how you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah,
find
we won't.
it would be unlikely.
We'll get another white dude because he was thinking about Rudy Giuliani. Rudy Giuliani was one of his choices for some.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
that's the dude. Well, didn't he do Stop and Frisk? Wasn't that
Yes.
him in New York?
Yeah, Rudy Giuliani. Yeah.
Oh my God,
He was Trump's personal lawyer.
He is pure
Trump's
evil.
personal. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I should have said.
That's crazy though, right?
Gosh, bro.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, Joe
man.
Biden wrote the law though. Wrote the crime bill, which made the way for stop and frisk.
Yeah, but Stop and Frisk is OD. That's basically saying
Hey,
if they suspect.
Let me pat your nuts.
Yeah, that's basically what they
Let me
said.
touch your nuts.
Oh, he looks suspicious. We have the right to
that's
search him.
wild, yeah.
That's fascism.
Yeah. Crazy.
That's fashion. That's real life fascism.
Stop and frisk. Are you Antifa now? Are you claiming Antifa?
I ain't claiming anything, man. I just go
What?
about. I just try to make good decisions.
Well, I guess now we can get a little bit more partisan with it. We can start spitting our opinions because we're not talking about people directly in favor, in the presidential race.
Yeah.
Even though I don't give. I mean, they can probably tell your political affiliation now.
Yeah. Well,
I voted Trump. No, actually, did not joke. I voted for Lil B. I did. I voted for Lil B for president.
Don't do that.
Well, yeah, don't do that this year.
Don't do that any year. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Polls are open if you're in Virginia.
Oh yeah.
Think I might go vote tomorrow for real, for real.
Yeah. Honestly, that might actually be a good move.
Hey, if you got a health problem, vote now.
What time do they close? 4 or 5?
I don't know, Aaron. You don't work a 9 to 5. You get off earlier than 5 o'clock.
I
They're
do.
probably-
And I'm loving it. I love it.
That boy, critty, yeah. Nah, you'll be able to vote. Don't worry about it. Don't worry.
Yeah. So that's definitely something to take advantage of. And see, that's kind of the reason why I try to explain to people the importance of voting,
Yeah.
because the president is one who appoints these people, right?
Yeah.
So for issues like this,
Exactly. You can see where the main
you
line
see
is.
you see why it's not just about that one position. Because despite what people may think, yeah, you got Congress and you got all these other entities, but the president still has a significant amount of pull.
Yeah. All the
And,
pool.
like,
All the pool.
yeah, so like when it comes to Supreme Court justices and these situations, that's why you have to look ahead. It's not just about flipping a switch.
Yeah, exactly.
Like nothing changes overnight. It takes time and time and time and time to build, initiate change, to put people in the place across the board to support the issues that are important to you. You know, everyone doesn't have the same, focus points, but nevertheless, you see now the impact of voting. So just I'll tie that in there.
Start small, get big.
Yeah, it sounds corny, but like that's really how you got to think about it.
Yeah.
I always think 2, 3 or 3 elections ahead anytime I look at a candidate.
Damn, you do. I didn't know you voted.
Yeah,
Oh, you're a voter?
I'm a voter.
Oh, damn, good job.
I haven't always been.
You learned your lesson.
I learned my lesson.
When did you learn your lesson? After first Obama?
Yeah.
You said fuck Obama?
No, but I was another one of the ones. It don't matter. Same thing gonna be so and so.
Yeah.
I'm black in America. Ain't nothing gonna affect me no way. And
Now
then,
look at
either way, I'm fucked. But I changed my attitude into let's be proactive and let's take certain steps, and to ensure that, you know, the leadership or at least some of my issues are represented. Yeah. Because, you know, we do have some power to put people in place that can make significant changes. You know, they're not, everybody in Washington isn't completely worthless, I guess is what I made people want to say. I mean, we've had good bills to get passed that were somewhat helpful to society.
At some point in life, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The laws we're talking about right now.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? That they were passed by a bunch of white people in the room.
Exactly.
I mean, at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? But hey, yeah. So on top of the Ginsburg thing, you know, that I think that is definitely a good way to just reinforce the fact that you really do need to vote, because it's about the future. What are your children gonna have to live under? You got to think about that, because we're gonna be fine. Well, that's a pending transaction, because 2020 was rough. 2020, that's a pending transaction. We're gonna be fine.
We ain't even finished 2020.
Hell yeah. But hey, but I think we'll turn the corner somewhere. But I definitely think the Supreme Court is something people are definitely gonna have to keep their eyes on a lot more, because that's when the real decisions get made. Yeah. Because unless they approve all that show that grandstanding they do in the House of Representatives and Congress is all nothing if the Supreme Court doesn't pass it. Yeah. If they find it unconstitutional, they have the final say for real.
Exactly. The true power.
So definitely be on the lookout for potential candidates for this vacancy, because they're definitely going to be looking to move on this pretty swiftly. So hopefully we'll be fortunate to get a competent candidate that represents, you know, the direction that America is trying to move into.
Progressive.
That's speculation general, because everyone doesn't want to move in that direction. I understand that. I do want people to understand that you are entitled to stand on the stuff that you believe in, you know, just like I stand on the stuff that I believe in. But I think just gathering from the past 5 or 6 years, I think we're kind of moving beyond the traditional oligarchy that America has kind of been accustomed to.
Yeah.
And I think that's a good thing. I think this generation is a little bit more open-minded and willing to try new ideas and concepts and kind of, you know, shake up the ground a little bit. And I think that's a really good thing. I'm very hopeful. You know, it's not, you know, we're in a very complex situation right now, with the current establishment, depending on how you look at it. But all in all, I think our future is very bright.
Yeah.
So
that's good.
Yeah.
No, it's not. It's the future's not bright. But you know, that was a good speech, Aaron. That was a great speech.
Appreciate it.
I don't have much more to say. You know what I'm saying? I can't follow that. All I gotta say is, get out there and vote. You know what I'm saying? If you want weed to be legal, voting is going to be a huge part of that.
Yep.
It's your boy Mister out.
It's Aaron. I'm out.